All right. Well, I'm here today with Joe Beda. Of course, I'm drinking coffee. Joe, do you have coffee?
No, around 10 a.m. I always switch to Diet Coke. It's free advertisement for Diet Coke. I don't think coffee you can advertise for them. I think everybody, kind of advertises itself, right?
Yeah. We'll point out to everybody that 2 years before I did a video on how to make good coffee at home, Joe Beda had a good coffee video that he made as well, so you can go check that out.
Actually, that one we never shared publicly. So that was a sort of internal Heptio thing. I don't know if we want to let that leak. That was
okay.
Yeah.
You might turn into a hardcore open source developer if you watch that video. So for those of you who don't know, Joe Beda is one of the founders of Kubernetes. Been at VMware for a couple of years through the Heptio acquisition, and today I'm going to talk to him about a bunch of things related to open source, critical topics like how do you pronounce, let's go with kubectl.
Okay, so it's kubectl, that's what the CTL stands for, but clearly across, the community, we make a game of finding the wrong ways to pronounce it. And so I usually say kubectl or kubectl. But I'm not super opinionated about it, so I'll accept kubectl. Kubectl is one of my favorites.
Okay.
All sorts of bad ways to pronounce it.
Now, what about Tanzu? That's caused a fair bit of controversy. Or controversy.
So yeah, I think, naming a new effort like Tanzu is always complicated. It's one of those things where you put a bunch of ideas into some sort of corporate naming machine, you turn a crank and something comes out the other end. I'm really happy with the name, but I think one of the downsides is you could say Tanzu, which is my inner Chicago coming out because I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, or you can say Tanzu. And my understanding, according to the people who did the name search, that Tanzu is the preferred way to say it.
It's not Tanzu, it's Tanzu. We officially speak Swahili.
But when we were first introducing it on stage at VMworld, we had to coach Pat, and I think he's still mixed back and forth. So I think it's going to be both. It's going to probably be the correct pronunciation, pragmatically.
Okay. Anybody looking for straight answers is going to be disappointed here. So what about hyphenation? I've seen that the cloud native and open source, there's a bit of back and forth. Should they be hyphenated or not?
Well, on the keyboard, I always have a hard time, it's like taking my hand off the home row for hitting the hyphen key. So I would say either no hyphens, or if you want to be saucy, you can do concatenate them into one word with camel caps. So it's capital
right.
C, capital N, right, for cloud native.
There is a fair bit of intimidation factor there, I think, particularly if you say, oh no, what if I pronounce kubectl wrong? How do you go about making people feel welcome in the open source community?
I do think the way that we abbreviate Kubernetes, and even the word Kubernetes itself, can be intimidating. We abbreviate it a lot of times with K8S, where 8 is the number of letters between the first letter and the last letter. And I think a lot of folks find that very confusing. Across the community, we really try and make it feel welcoming to everybody, and recognizing that there are lots of different ways to contribute and be involved in Kubernetes that go beyond just writing code. And so I think folks that do start getting involved in the community find that it's a really fun group of people, and I'm kind of amazed that we ended up where we're at. I'm really, really excited of where it's going, and I keep meeting great new people in the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive how quickly the community has grown and how successful the project has been. Last question, what's the right number of seconds for a shot of espresso?
25 seconds.
Okay, and that...
What's your answer, Bruce?
I completely agree.
Okay, that is the right answer. All right, good. I'll go to 28, but I aim for 25 seconds.
Yeah, Melbourne or Seattle, it doesn't matter, that's the right number. All right, Joe, thank you so much, it's been a treat.
Thanks for having me.
All right, see you later. Perfect.